On today's menu, Malort.
What the f*** is that aftertaste?
Across the globe, what's delicious is questionable. Why would you eat that? Excuse me. Jeppson's Malört is a Swedish-style bäsk, which is a spirit spiced with wormwood, the same plant that gives absinthe its allegedly hallucinogenic kick. But while Malört has the distinction of being the only bäsk produced in the US, Chicago has the distinction of being the only place you can find the stuff behind a bar. Not that you'd want to find it. So how did the Windy City's affair with this bitter botanical-flavored beverage begin? The year was 1933. The walls of Alcatraz held Al Capone in his crotch-rotting case of brain fever.
My dick don't work so good.
TMI, Capone. Prohibition was donezo. People were off the wagon and back on the bottle. And soup stocks soar. George Broad satisfied the cries of thirsty Americans by obtaining one of Chicago's shiny new liquor licenses. His first product, a harsh 70-proof spirit beloved by the city's Swedish immigrants, made by one Carl Jeppson. Now here's 1933's Mother of the Year. When Broad began producing Malort, he embraced its bracing taste by slapping a warning label on the bottles stating that only 1 in 49 were man enough to enjoy the stuff, and warning off anyone too yella to give it a go. Thanks to Broad's clever marketing, it wasn't long before Malort had found its niche in Chi-Town's drinking culture. It was the choice of off-duty bartenders and thrill-seekers up to the challenge of downing something described as tasting like earwax, stomach bile, and straight-up dirt. In the 1970s, production moved to Florida, but the business is still based in Chicago, now out of the condo of owner Patricia Gablick, Broad's longtime secretary and the inheritor of his pet liquor. In recent years, Malort has experienced a bit of a renaissance, with hipsters and mixologists adding it to cocktails. Whatever, Malort. The Swedish prefer to drink their bäsk with a sugar cube on the tongue before taking a shot. Ms. Gablick likes to drink it with grapefruit juice to help mask the god-awful taste. According to Jeppson's website, you need to take 3 shots. The first 2, well, they're just terrible. But it's the third that makes you a fan for life. Yes, but why would you drink that? Pride? It is a Chicago tradition, like political corruption or deep dish pizza. Also, it's supposed to cure indigestion. But the main reason to down a shot of Malort is that it's a rite of passage, a way to prove to God and other Bears fans that you're just as tough as those speakeasy trolling Swedes of yore.
Oh, God, I'm out. Done. F that stuff.
Hey guys, Feed the Office will be up right after this, but I wanted to introduce you to the 2 hosts of a brand new show here on Tasted called Stuffed.
I'm Gravy Brown.
And I'm Pat Deep Dish Bertoletti.
Check out the sweet, sweet man love on Stuff.
It launches April 23rd. It's gonna get uncomfortably close.
What the f*** is that aftertaste?
Well, first of all, my hands are now very sweaty. I don't know what that means.
It starts off fine, almost like
Nail polish remover smells.
My inside is
Mad that I just did that to my mouth.
See, it doesn't smell that bad, which is
really painful. It starts to go up to your
mouth. And they're like, "You done?" And then I said, "Yeah." And then they just shoveled some,
pickles with
Grass?
I mean, I like alcohol.
hard booze.
so I don't appreciate you ruining it for me.
But seriously, that aftertaste is just
Just a bad house guest. It doesn't want to leave.
The weird thing is that it tastes like burnt.
plastic.
And it is kind of like if you were to take an old flower arrangement and eat it, it is a bit like eating.
Alcoholic flowers.
You think it's gonna be good. The first second you're like, "This ain't that bad."
And then it hits you with like a
Smell from my gym bag at the YMCA. It's maybe it's a little like there are balls in my mouth.
but like
They died.
And then slowly,
Diluted it with cheap vodka.
Like tequila vodka.
But
It gets worse. Oh, that time, but
tastes like a fat guy sitting on a rose.
but like
there's worms and there's maggots and there's
Pink thinner.
it's like licking
My balls.
But not as
soury.
And then a splash of
Reno.
I mean,
If I were to do
2 cocaines, 2 hookers.
This would taste the exact same.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's where it gets.
You're gonna make me vom.
I'm gonna have a little more.
And that's Malort. Click subscribe, share us with your friends, follow us on Twitter, and come back next week for more Why Would You Eat That? Or drink that, as the occasion may be. Take me away, Chris!
Get the lowdown on once illegal absinthe when the office starts drinking on the job.
Say hello to my little friend.
A Cuban sandwich even Tony Montana would approve of. Taco Bell's Doritos Tacos versus The Office. See who wins, but kind of loses at the same time. What do you get when you mix bacon, churros, and Chex Mix? A stomach boner. That's what. Subscribe for more free tasted treats.